This Pax Day video is all about the interview with developers. Now, this is the quick summary version, just a heads up. So Danny, the YouTuber Danny, he's also a Twitch streamer, he did a 1-hour interview with some developers, and I'm going to sum it up as quick as possible. Now, Dan is pretty cool. I've known him since New World. He's nice to me, so don't be mean to him, but it's pretty clear that he's in the developers' pockets, all right, whereas I'm not. So yes, I'm a bit jealous, but I'm just going to sum up his hour-long video as quick as I can. Let's go. How long have you been working on Pax Day? The dev said 5 years since 2019 from scratch. Difficulties developing? Any good highlights? Ambitious but worth it. Complex technology? No, it's not. It's Unreal 5. Rebuilding the world? Emotionally hard? How is sitting at a computer coding a video game emotionally hard? Are you kidding me? Try working in fast food or retail like your entire life. And they also stated, why hasn't anyone made this game yet? Gee, I don't know. Because it's not something people want. And yes, the game has been made already. It's called Minecraft. When you're not developing, what other games do you play or have you played in the past favorite games? One of them said he plays card games. It's his best friend that is making Cards with a K, some kind of World War II card game thing he's making. The other one said old school tabletop RPGs, Magic the Gathering, most every MMORPG, a little bit of Ultima, EverQuest, World of Warcraft, Lord of the Rings Online, Elder Scrolls Online. So we have one dev that actually plays MMOs and the other one that doesn't. Can player plots decay during early access? They said not right now, and they're still trying to figure it out. Now, I want to mention that I actually found a base that was decaying, so did the devs not know how their own game works? Or did someone build a half-assed base and then fake that it was decaying and dropping materials? And, like, it makes no sense. So, are they lying? Subscription fees only after full release, which is at least 1 year or longer from now, because that's all the money they have. And what would be super funny is if they introduced subscription fees before full release, you know, just backtracking on what they said. It could happen. It's happened with other games. We'll see what happens. Share your vision with the combat skill ceiling thing that was mentioned earlier. So more control over your character, more spells, more abilities, a combat kit which would determine how easy or hard your skill ceiling actually is. Bows have a lot of skill to aim. No, they don't, dude. The bows are so jank right now. Skill shots equal higher damage versus, tab target shots. Might add a dodge roll, might not. Defensive skills, movement skills, and crowd control breaks. What about the recycling system or a salvage system? Because you craft 100 spears, and then the 100 spears just get thrown on the floor. What about that? And so it is planned to be able to recycle or salvage items to get materials back. And also, one of the devs had a bonus little thing to say where he said, everyone's getting one extra row of inventory space. Now, here's my take on this absolute garbage bullshit system. If you have a game where you fail to craft, or you have to craft hundreds of shitty items to level up slightly, don't. Just adjust the leveling crafting system so that you're not crafting an excess amount of spears. What's more fun? Gathering a whole bunch of iron, waiting hours for it to refine, and then crafting 100 spears to level up? Or spending the same amount of time and crafting like 4 or 5 spears to level up the same amount? Alright, so, why the hell are you making people do virtual asinine chores? Oops, you failed to craft a bunch. Pick up those spears off the ground, recycle them, and try again, bucko. It's not fun. It's not exciting. It feels like a game from the 90s, when they're still trying to figure out video games. Most modern video games don't have this crap in them anymore, and for good reason. People don't care and don't want to deal with it. It's not fun. It's not engaging. It's not exciting. It's not memorable. It is only there to frustrate the player and waste their time. Animal breeding, so it's not on the immediate road ahead plans, but the devs do want to raise pigs and chickens, and they want everyone to be able to see your pigs and chickens when you're offline, and they want permanent entities in the game, so when you mount up and stuff, you don't just summon them out from thin air, right? No magical disappearing mounts. So what will be the point of trading global across maps or only local between guilds? And they say they hope for very big markets. And they had a lot of difficulty answering this question up front. What the hell, dude? Marketplaces are the pivotal backbone of MMORPGs. Without trade and commerce, what, you have to do everything yourself? Excuse me? They want to give a difficult problem to the player, which is a stupid way to word that. That is the worst thing that we, the players, want to hear. We don't want difficult problems. They want the player to solve the problem of the lack of markets, and so what that basically means is that the guild sweat lords will control and dominate everything. They also mentioned that they won't have markets for a long time, and the literal post they put out yesterday says that markets are coming. So I don't know if these guys are like actually elves in the real world, and a long time is a different, like, if do they tell time the way that we do? I don't think so. I don't know. Also off topic, but one of the devs is just like mean mugging the webcam the entire time. He is just like murder staring directly into the camera. It's like, I don't think this guy has a lot of people skills. Like, I'm talking like prison mugshot mean mugging. I'm talking freaking murderer mean mugging. I'm talking this guy's blood is boiling. Just looking, maybe it's just his face. Maybe that's just how he is. And maybe he's a happy, cool, chill dude. I don't know, but I just had to point it out. All right, that's halfway through. That's 36 minutes into the interview so far. Unrelated, one of the devs shared his favorite moment in Valheim, and he said it's just sailing with his friends on a ship, which they don't plan for. Oops! They say fishing is something we'd love to get to, as in they don't have plans for it. They didn't say, oh, we have plans for fishing. They literally just said it's something that they'd love to get to, which means it's not even on the table, dude. Oh, I don't like fishing in MMOs anyway. I think it sucks, but hey, that's just me. Any plans for new weapons? And they said not in the next 2 weeks. And then the dev kind of went off saying how they're going to add a bunch of different armors and spells and weapons, and you can kind of build your own class with your gear. And to me, that's like Albion Online much, and you're not giving the top #1 biggest Albion Online YouTuber on the entire planet a free key to play this game. Excuse me? No Chick-fil-A sauce? Terraforming, as in creating mine shafts and caves, and the answer is it's extremely difficult. It's not planned. If Epic, which I mean, they probably mean Epic Games, fixes terraforming in 5.5, which I think they mean Unreal Engine, they didn't say. They just assume that the normal viewer knows this technical game jargon, which I'm familiar with because it's my job to, but most people aren't. So they say longer than 1 year. Don't get your hopes up. They say that they'd rather have roads and crops and landscapes planned, and it's not Minecraft. Can we craft from storage space instead of inventory, just like all other modern-day crafting games? And they said, we're considering it, but the one dev says he wants to reward people who have an organized storage chest, aka he wants to punish people who are lazy, which I thought was hilarious. Now, the other dev who doesn't play MMOs, who plays card games, said that increasing the inventory space will fix this. Now, he doesn't talk like that, obviously, but no, it will not fix the request of this. Increasing your inventory space, no, it's still cumbersome and annoying to have to, like, go to a chest and pull out the materials and go to the crafting bench. It's really, really stupid and really annoying, and it's just a big time waste, and it just does not respect the player's time. They mention a quality of life, how you can track recipes like a quest tracker, and then they go on to ask about guild permissions, and they say if a player that leaves a clan or gets banned from the game or kicked out of the clan, how do they deal with a big red plot in the middle of your settlement? Because once a player leaves the clan, their plot is still their plot. It's not the clan's plot. And the devs, these devs their game's gonna get griefed and shit on by guild sweatlords and just griefers. I'm telling you right now. This game is a griefer's paradise, and it's kind of why I want to play it. But essentially, they say they're not going to do anything about it. Oh, this is the highlight of the whole interview. And they say in the future, they completely avoided the question at this point. They said in the future, they're going to make it easier for clans to take over that plot if a player quits or doesn't log in for a long time or something. So this basically means that if you join a guild and you decide to get kicked out, banned, or quit, that the guild just owns your plot now, and you probably can't unsummon it, and your account is bricked, because that's what I got out of it. And then the dev has the audacity to encourage people to just wall in the troublemakers. If someone's causing trouble nearby due to griefing or whatever, just wall them in. That was his literal solution, dude. Then one of the devs had this audacity to have this dream that players will just come into the game with their old friends. And yes, there are lots of people that will come into the game with friends. However, the majority of players that play video games these days, especially Zoomers and Generation A and even older or even younger millennials, don't have friends. A lot of people that we did have friends with growing up all got normie jobs in offices, and they grew up and they got married and they had kids and they moved away from video games. And the 92% of gamers do not have friends. And it's not just gamers, it's like Gen A and the Zoomers. those guys, like 70% of them have zero friends in the real world, okay? And so you're catering to a very, very tiny, amount of the player base. Now, of course, this, looking at analytical data that I have as a YouTuber, this game is actually going to be mostly played by people in their 40s through 60s. So those guys didn't have problems making friends because the world wasn't completely screwed when they were alive. And I mean, that implies that they're undead or something. They're still alive, of course, but like they're youthful years. The dev said, "Thank you for believing in us," to his paid shill that they're paying for. Now, a lot of us did believe in the devs, but, we didn't get keys, and we got banned from the forums for literally not breaking any rules, banned from the Discord for not breaking any rules, so it's hard to believe in a game when it's so shady. So that's it for the interview. Not a whole lot of info, is it? Now, normally in most games, when the devs do an interview with one of their paid shills, usually there's some twerp on Reddit that will immediately transcribe the entire interview for everyone to read immediately, like within 30 minutes, right? And no one decided to do this, and I don't have a Reddit account because Reddit is stupid, so I figured I'm just going to sum up the interview really, really, really quick because the more Pax Dei vids that I pump out, maybe, just maybe, someone somewhere will slip up and give me a game key so I can go and find Asmongold, and when he goes and takes a piss break, if he even does that, I don't know, I don't really watch Asmongold, I can build a little house around him and waste one of my plot spaces and force him to cast the unstuck button to try to get out of it. So that'll be funny. And then, of course, he'll report me immediately and I'll get banned. And then, hey, it'll be totally worth it. So we'll see what happens. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm not going to waste time trolling Asmongold, dude. Now, I just want to make some wacky buildings. You can come visit, come hang out, make a few videos because I really got to start showing off the creative side on this channel. It's not all about how to get gold, how to level up faster, blah, 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 right? So anyway, thank you so much, guys, for watching. Let me know what you think. And, this game just, I understand, they're charging for it because if they don't, they're going to go bankrupt in a year, so they kind of have to, but I'm still pissed that they banned me from the forums. Look, they banned me from the forums, and they said that I was being disrespectful. No, I wasn't. You can look at my post history on Steam. I was not being disrespectful, and shame on the community manager Squid for doing that. I'm still waiting for my handwritten apology. That's right, I've upgraded it. I want a handwritten apology. Anyway, with that said, leave a like, leave a comment. Make sure you leave a like because a lot of these shills and the haters of my channel and the people that try to like gang up on me are going to downvote the video to try to hide it. Didn't work on the past few videos, did it, Buster? Actually, I was ranked #1 in the SEO search results. Why are you not giving the #1 guy ranked for, when someone types in Pax Dei into YouTube search for the past few days, my videos have been at the very, very top, the #1 result, and you won't give me a key? Excuse me? Anyway, yes, I'm being entitled, and I do not care. That is the video. Click the video on the right side of your screen, and if you don't, you're going to step on a rusty nail, and you're going to have to go get a tetanus shot, because if you don't, you'll get tetanus.